Hello and welcome to another project crossover video. Today we're on the January 2023 paper. This one is the regional one. Regional. Oh yes, I was highlighting stuff for my year 12s, so I've got the highlighter out. And of course, thank you to Grace Hockey, one of our sponsors. They are doing excellent work in the field of hockey equipment, in clothing. What a company. And then, of course, this is incorrect now. We're at 1.17k subscribers. So absolutely living the dream. Right. Thank you to everyone for your support on the channel. Right, we'll start off with question 1. This is question 15 on the foundation. Table shows information from the frame about the frame sizes in a bicycle shop. Write down the modal class. Modal class is the one that has the highest frequency. So we've got 48 to S to 54. Okay, just copy that frame size exactly as it's written. Next, it wants us to work out an estimate for the mean. That's 4 marks. It's really worth learning these because on the iGCSE, 4 marks will have 2%. We need to, first of all, because it's group data, we need to find a midpoint. So the midpoint is going to be the difference between 30 and 36, which is 33, 39, 45, 51, and 57. Be careful, I added 6 because I know that's the group width. You have to just be careful to make sure that the groups aren't unequal. They should be equal, but let's just hope they don't trip us up there. Okay, we now need to multiply frequency and midpoint to get us sort of F. We call it FX, but we're going to do 4 times 33, 132. 14 times by 39, which is 546. 18 times 45, 810. 51 times by 19, 969. And then 57 times by 5, which is 285. Right, we add those up. So plus 969 plus 810 plus 546 plus 132. I get 2,742. And then we divide by the total of the frequencies. So all of these added up, which says, or is said in the question, is 60. So that total is divided by 60, and it gives us 45.7 as our final answer. Okay, next question. Oh, I remember this one. Question 2. So we need to find the total surface area of this shape. So I'm going to just call this bit E, because they are the ends. I'm going to call this B for base. This one's going to be T for top. And I've got this one here, which would be the back, but we'll call it R for the rear. All right, so have I got everything? Yeah, I've got everything. Right, so we'll do the triangles first, the ends. So that is 4.8 times by 3.6 divided by 2, because base times height divided by 2 is the area of the triangle. And then we're multiplying it by 2 because we've got 2 of them. So if we divide by 2, we multiply by 2, we're going to get to the same answer. So I need to multiply those 2 values, giving me 17.28. Okay, now let's do the base. The base is made up of a length of 7 and a width of 3.6. So 3.6 times by 7, 25.2. We don't need to multiply that by 2 because there's only one of them. It's a unique face. We want the T for top. That is 6 times 7, 42. And then R for the rear of it. That's got a height of 4.8, and that's multiplied by 7. Notice all of these 3 are multiplied by 7. Really important for you to just notice that. Okay, finally, add them all up. Oh, what have I done? Yeah, plus 42. There we go. And that gives us 118.08. Let's make that 8 clearer. Good. How many marks was that one? 3 marks as well. So good points. 0.8. Good points to pick up. Okay, question 17. Quite a few of these tricky little averages questions coming out at the moment. So first thing we'll do is we'll work out what x is, because it says it's got a range of 9. So 12 minus 9 gives us 3. So we've got 3, 5, y, Z, 10, and 12. Now we've got a median of 8. I'll worry about that in a minute because the mode of 10 is quite important because that means that Z has to be 10. I'm going to put that on my answer line there. X was 3. Now we need to work out what Y is. So Y plus 10 divided by 2 is going to equal the median of 8 because the median is going to fall between those two numbers. It's always the middle value when they're lined up. So we multiply by 2, giving us 16, and then we subtract the 10, giving us 6. So Y is equal to 6. Question 18 doesn't appear on the higher, so I just crossed it all off. But if you want to know, it's W to the 9, and then it's 10 to the M to the 7, P cubed. Right, 19. So this is where Divya and Juan each pay for a holiday and they get a special offer. They both pay the same amount. So what we need to do is work out what percentage Juan has had off it. And to do that, we need to work out how much Divya has saved for hers. So 1,600 times by, so 100% take away the 16% gives us 84%. And that 84% as a decimal is 0.84. So we multiply it by, no, I don't want to do it like this. I'm going to multiply it by 0.16 actually. That's because I'm going to find the discount. So that's 256. If 256 is that, no, I do want to work out the price. Oh, idiot. Okay, well, I could take that away from 1,600, or I can multiply by 0.84, it's fine. So that equals, the screen's just gone crazy. That equals 1,344. So Juan was going to pay 1,400. He then got a discount, and it's now worth 1,344. If we divide 1,344 by the 1,400, it's going to tell me what the multiplier was. And then all we need to do is work out what that discount was. Lovely. So what percentage has come off? Well, we should know that. But if we take this away from 1, we get 4%. It's 0.04. So K is equal to 4. Okay, question 4 done. Question 5. Work out the value of C. C grams of chocolate is shared in the ratios 2 to 5 to 8. The difference between the largest share and the smallest share. Largest share is 8. Smallest share is 2. So the difference between those are 6 is 390 grams. So that means 6 shares are worth 390 grams. And then when we divide 390 by 6, we get 65. So 1 share is worth 65. Wants to work out the value of what's being shared out. So 65 is going to be multiplied by all 3 of these added together, which is 15. And that means that C is 975. Okay, question 6. Have I got time? I always think, can I do this all in one video? Absolutely not. Oh no, I remember question 10 now. Oh, question 10 is horrible. Okay. I'll do it in 2 parts. So, question 6. I'm going to multiply that first equation by 3. That's going to give me 3x plus 6y is equal to 45. And then I'm going to fill in my second equation. Oh, that's 4x. Take away 6y is equal to 4. So I've not changed that second equation. What I can do with these now is because the 6's can cancel, we add them together. So these signs are different, so we add. That gives us 7x, 6y and minus 6y cancel out, and that gives me 49. Therefore, x is worth 7. Then we put it back in. So 3 lots of 7 plus 6y is equal to 45. I've chosen to do the first equation because the y's are positive. Makes my job a lot easier. Don't want to be dealing with negatives and risk an error. Take away the 21 on both sides now. 45 take away 21 is 24. Divide it by 6 gives us 4. There we go. Right, that's part 1 done. I'll be back for part 2. we'll do question 7 and we'll finish it off and have a look at that really nasty last question. I'll see you next time.